think the 3 days that I allocated, I actually ended up spending one morning, and I got everything that I needed.
Hi everyone, I'm Steph Clifford from the marketing team here at Nextatlas, and in today's video we are going to be interviewing Kim Townend. Kim is a social listening expert who has over 20 years experience of creating social and cultural strategies for her clients. She's worked with huge brands such as Netflix, the BBC, McDonald's in the UK, and Jameson Whiskey. We're interviewing Kim today because she is one of our super users of our latest tool for market research, Generate Suite. Generate Suite combines the trend prediction and consumer analysis that Nextatlas has specialized in for over a decade with generative AI, allowing users an unparalleled view of future trends, their consumer base, whatever you can think of for market research. By conversing with Generate's chat or interacting with one of the 4 AI agents that we've created in Generate Suite, such as the persona generator agent or the ingredient discovery agent, users can test research foundations, discover new hypotheses for marketing, or really understand and target their consumer base more. By interviewing Kim, we want to show other freelancers, small businesses, or medium-sized agencies why they should use Generate and how they can integrate this into their workflow. Thanks for watching.
So to start, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Sure. My name's Kim Townend. These days I call myself a social listening fueled cultural strategist. I've been working in social for almost 20 years, primarily from a strategy background, although I've started as community manager. And these days I very much sit in the cultural insights space because I've always been super data driven and use social listening tools to ensure that the strategies that I'm creating have the best chance of success.
Very good. And how do you integrate Generate with other tools or other systems you use? Did you find that easy to do in your daily research?
Oh yeah, I use it at different points in my workflow, depending on what I'm doing. If I am working on a bigger project and I want to identify key themes before I start doing social listening deep dives, then I use Nextatlas up front to understand what some key themes around the area I'm interested in are, the type of audiences and the social platforms that are most likely to yield the results that I want. And then I'll do the social listening alongside that. Sometimes I will do a big piece of social listening aside from Nextatlas. And then I will use Nextatlas to kind of as an add-on to the end of that piece of social listening to show trends and using your modeling to understand the likelihood of their increase or decrease over the next year to kind of future-proof the social strategy and give some more context and content pillars around the strategies that I'm putting together.
Okay. And how much time per week would you say Nextatlas's Generate Suite saves you with this research?
At this point, days. When I am working on a client project, for example, last week, I'd allocated almost 3 days to time I was going to spend doing research around trends, social trends around a specific audience, which is not that easy to do when you've got a really general search that you need to put together. With social listening, obviously you want to be much more targeted, otherwise it's going to take you a lot of time to find the data and the insights you're looking for. But with Nextatlas, Generate, it's much simpler, and being able to have a conversation with the agents as I go through allows me to kind of hone in on the insights that are actually the most useful to myself and my clients. And I think the 3 days that I allocated, I actually ended up spending one morning, and I got everything that I needed.
What would you say to other futurist social and cultural strategists who might be afraid of AI, since it's a little bit of a touchy subject at the moment?
I would say, I understand completely. I am dubious of many AI solutions myself. One of the things that I like about Nextatlas is I know where the data is coming from. It's not like GPT or it's something that's just scraping who knows what. Like, I know that you have a data set that you are pulling from, that you own, so it's being maintained properly. And also, I don't think that AI is as demonic as the media is making out. I don't think it's going to come for everybody's jobs. I think it's going to make you more efficient at your job if you use it in the right way, in the right part of the process. I don't think you need to use it for everything. I think human plus AI, amazing, better insights, better use of time, knocking off work early. Good.
Okay, in your opinion, who would benefit from Generate the most?
I think that people who haven't used AI and maybe strategists who don't usually use a lot of data would find Generate amazing, because there are basically no barriers to entry. To do social listening, there's some training involved in like crafting the perfect Boolean, but figuring out how to ask the right questions to Generate is much, much easier. And it kind of teaches you as you go because of the conversational element. So I think any strategist or insights person who hasn't used AI and is hesitant about how they would get started or how they'd start integrating data points, like digital data points into their workflow, is a perfect tool for that.
And can you describe Generate in 3 words?
I would say efficient, productive, and this is 2 words, but I'd say future facing as well. One of my favorite things about Generate is that I can use that model to understand how much things are expected to increase and which things are worth my time. And I can't do that with social media listening. I just get the data of now. I don't get any kind of modeling to help me make decisions about the future.
What would be your top tip for people to get the most out of Generate Suite?
I would say start broad. Start your question as broad as possible while still returning the type of data that you're going to be interested in, because you can narrow down really easily when you Generate gives you like very clear options of data points that already exist that you can go and deep dive into. But I think if you start too narrow, you miss quite a lot of the interesting surrounding insights that really help you understand the space and kind of build out that lay of the land model.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kim, for answering all those questions today. It was great talking to you.
No worries. Thanks. Bye.